Welcome back to another vlog, another few days in my life. Thank you so much for tuning back in to another one. I'm so glad that you're here. It is currently Wednesday, it's 1 p.m. and I'm just about to make lunch. So I'm going to show you guys what I'm making and just give you a bit of an update about what's been happening in my life. This morning I woke up at like 4:30, went for a bike ride about an hour and 40 minutes. It was like 40 Ks. Amazing, had so much fun. I am absolutely loving it. I am loving cycling. It will be my third week cycling now this week. There's, been some bumps in the road and I'll talk about that in a little bit, but honestly, it's incredible and I'm having so much fun. So I did a ride this morning, came back, stretched, had breakfast, and then got into work. I had a few client coaching calls this morning, and then I've just been doing like admin stuff and content. So that's what I've been up to this morning. I didn't film much because it's kind of just me sitting in front of my laptop, so it's not really much to show, but I'm making lunch now, so I'll show you what I'm making. I've got a little bit of a mince going on, and I found these wraps that I am absolutely loving. All the ingredients are really good. There's no added like gums and preservatives and all the rest of the stuff. They're literally just flour, water, yeast, and salt. That's it. So these are amazing. I don't usually have wraps because they just have so much extra stuff in it, and I only really eat sourdough, but these have been really tasty. I've also got some chia seeds going down here, just to have like chia pudding with like my yogurt bowls or my smoothie bowls. Fun fact, if you don't soak your chia seeds like this in water, then they're probably worse off for you. My housemate is a nutritionist and she told me that I need to be like soaking them in water first so they get all nice and soaked and like they get that jelly consistency, and that's actually what's good for you and good for your gut, because like the fiber in them is just amazing for you and for your digestion. But they need to be soaked first, because if you have them dry, then they're actually not that good for you because you can't digest them very well. So that's what I'm making now. You just put it with hot water, and then I've added some honey just to sweeten it up, and then I'm going to add in some milk as well in a bit, and then I'll just eat it like that. So I'm super excited to try that. If you watched my last vlog, then you would have seen how much I am obsessed with Mingle. I love their seasoning so much. It's all I use on any of my cooking. So this is what I put on my mince, the honey garlic barbecue one. Honestly, it's my favorite. It is so good. But yeah, I just put that on, I cook it up, and then I just pre-cook all of my meat and stuff, and then I can do whatever I want with it. So I'll use this on my wrap, and then I'll put it with like rice for dinner, or I'll put it with a sweet potato for dinner, and that's kind of just like how I do most of my cooking. In fact, my favorite takeaway at the moment is grilled. I'm obsessed with grilled, specifically the chicken bites. They're like nuggets and they are so good. I don't know what they put in those, but those with the herb mayo sauce, oh my god, it's just actually unreal. Like, it's amazing. If you haven't tried it, you need to try it. And just grilled burgers in general, I usually just get the Simply Grilled or the chicken with brie. Oh my god, grilled is just amazing, and I think about it at least once a day. So I saw this girl making her own herb mayo with bone broth, and so clearly I had to try it because I drink bone broth every morning. I'll show you the one that I drink. I drink this one here. It's the AM Cleanse one, and I have that every single morning. So I was keen to try this one. This one's like the bone broth sauce. I'll show you. Like this bone broth sauce. It's basically just supposed to be like a mayo. So I put that with a little bit of sweet chili, some garlic and herbs, and some dill, some salt and pepper. And honestly, it's amazing. Like for my at-home version, it's unreal. I don't know how it's going to go with mince, but we'll find out. And voila, there she is. Honestly, looks amazing. I'm not the best rapper, so excuse that, but that looks unreal and I'm so excited to eat it. I'm just getting ready and I'm about to go to the gym, but I thought I would give you guys a little update about my training and what I'm doing now. If you watched my last vlog, you would have seen that I bought a bike. So I've started cycling and this is like my 3rd week cycling now and I'm absolutely loving it. Like I'm having so much fun. Let's just say the first week was pretty rough and I fell off more times than I can, put on one hand. I got covered in bruises pretty much everywhere on my body, mainly my butt cheeks. I can put in some photos here of what it looked like, but yeah, when I was getting used to the cleats, I would just lean to the wrong side and my foot obviously would still be stuck, so I kind of would just fall over, fell into the gutter a few times. Didn't fall into any cars or anything like that, just fell over into gutters when I was practicing. Also had a pretty gnarly fall off. I was going a bit faster, like the other times I was stopped, but it was wet and I tried to like jump or like go up onto the curb and my bike wheel like got stuck and then I just fell over and hurt myself. And it's not even that like it hurts and it's frustrating because you're falling off. It just hurts after, like your body just feels sore from impact. But other than that, I'm absolutely loving it. But if you want to get into cycling, I guess just be prepared to get used to the cleats and everything and don't be scared of falling over because you probably will. It's just part of it. I should have gone to like a grassy field and tried to do it there, but honestly, it just threw me in the deep end and I have been going really good. The past week and a bit I've been riding, I've been feeling really good. I'm more confident now. I can go on my own and do hills a lot easier, change the gears a lot easier, but honestly I'm just really loving it. I'm loving going into this new era of training and stepping into triathlon and stuff, and I'm not training for anything specifically right now. I'm kind of just having fun with it. And honestly, it's been amazing. So obviously increasing load on my legs, doing cycling 2 to 3 times a week, still running twice a week, doing a bit of swimming 1 to 2 sessions a week, and then also gym. Right now, gym does have to take a back seat at the moment, which is weird. Like for the first time in my 5 years of training, gym's not been a priority, which feels a little bit weird. And I've had to decrease to like 2.5, 3 days at the gym instead of doing 4 or 5 sessions that I'm used to. But it's just not possible to keep up the same load and volume that I was doing while trying to increase running, cycling, and all the rest of it. It's just too much on my legs and it won't give me enough time to recover. So yeah, that's why I've had to go down to 3 days. And it's so weird because obviously I don't want to, and I want to be going to the gym, but it's one of those things where you can't listen to what you want. You need to stick to the plan and you need to do what's going to be best for your body, because if I start pushing and going crazy, then I'm just going to get injured and I'm not going to be able to keep going and keep progressing and keep improving. But yeah, endurance sport is a whole nother game, and I'm so excited about it. My body is adapting really well. I'm performing really good. So it's just wins all around. I'm feeling really, really good about it. And I'm just excited to see what's in store for me and how I go over the next weeks, months, and so forth, until I decide if going in a race is something I want to do. I also did my first open water swim, and that was terrifying. That was a whole nother level of swimming. So I definitely need to get out and do that more and just get more exposed to it, because it's so weird. Like, it's so unfamiliar. There's like weird panic that I was feeling because I could see things moving around and fish and all of that. And yeah, it's just a whole nother level to it. So you really have to prepare yourself. And honestly, it just makes me want to do it more so that I don't feel so angsty and like, oh my God, because I thought it was going to be way easier than it actually was, but it turned out to be pretty hard. But yeah, it just makes me more excited to want to show up and do it more, so I can, overcome that hurdle. I'm literally really just a person who doesn't want to give up things. Like, I see it happen all the time, but someone will try something new, they won't like it, or they'll panic, or they don't want to be a beginner, so then they'll stop the thing altogether. But you literally have to be a beginner. You have to learn. You have to put yourself in uncomfortable situations and be uncomfortable and panic and fall over and do all those things, because if you don't, then you're never going to get better and you're never going to progress to where you want to be. And everyone who started had to start and do all those things. So it makes me want to go and get better and practice more, not give up, throw my hands up, that's too hard, I'm giving up. No way, you will never see me doing that. So yeah, that's kind of what I've been doing training wise lately. I'm going to go to the gym now. My sessions have looked a lot different. Obviously, I'm not training for hypertrophy and muscle growth and all of that. I'm kind of just training to support what I'm doing and keep up my strength and work on more mobility and stuff like that, to be honest, because that's what you really need to focus on when you start doing endurance sport. You just want to keep that strength in your muscles. So that's kind of what I'm doing at the moment. But if you're interested, I could definitely do like what my training looks like over a week or anything like that. If there's anything you want to see from me more, just drop it in the comments and I will be happy to include that or start trying new other types of videos, because obviously I'm just getting started. Like, this is my second vlog, so I just really want to know what I like doing, what you guys like seeing me do, and then I can start doing it and having fun with it. But yeah, just thought I would give you guys a little update. I'm going to go to the gym and then to the pool, and I will see you again when I'm looking at you. I could literally talk about why I love training for days and days and hours, because there's so many reasons why I love training that go beyond your body, what it does for your energy, your body, how it looks, how it feels, all of that. But there's so much even beyond that, which makes me just love training so much more. And I wanted to touch on something today, and it's that training forces you to raise your standard and elevate the standard that you hold yourself to. Because when you train, when you run, when you lift, when you cycle, when you do everything, it challenges you in a way where it forces you to rise above the standard you've currently had for yourself and forces you to become someone who no longer negotiates with themselves, who no longer breaks promises, who just shows up no matter how they feel, what's going on, what their mind is saying, whether they're trying to, negotiate and give up or finish early or lift lighter, whatever it is. Training forces you to become someone who just pushes through, and it forces you to raise your standard because you just become someone who knows and trusts that they're just going to show up and they're just going to do what they set out to do, and they're not going to stop and listen to the voice in their head that tells them to quit, to give up, to finish early, that they've done enough, that they should lift lighter today, this week, they're feeling a bit tired, sore, whatever it is. Like, you just don't listen to that and you don't give in to that, because you become someone who just says and sets out and does what they say they're going to do. And the fact that you then hold yourself to this new standard of this self-trust and this discipline, then the standard for the rest of your life changes. It changes in the way that you work, in the way that you are in your relationships, your family, your passion, like whatever it is. Like, that standard then goes into the rest of your life because you show up for yourself. So then you'll show up for others. You'll do better in your work. You'll get things done. You won't procrastinate. Like, there's just so many other areas of life that it will trickle onto, and that's just a reason why I'm so passionate about fitness and health, and also showing people how to make that connection and how to create that evidence to then become that person and create a new identity for yourself, which is just why I think so strongly that fitness, nutrition, mindset, lifestyle, habits, all of that is the vessel for true identity change. Just making the tie together in all of those things that you're doing in the evidence, but also in the reflection side of it, and seeing, wow, okay, this is where I'm keeping my promises to myself. This is where I'm building self-trust. This is where I'm becoming more confident. This is where I'm, teaching myself self-respect, discipline, courage, all of the things, resilience, patience. Like, it teaches you so much, and I could literally talk about it forever, but I wanted to share that because even me on my runs and on my cycles and in the gym and everything, like, I still push so hard. I still push myself to failure. I still have days where things feel hard and heavy and my mind's negotiating and it wants to give up, and there's always going to be that resistance. But when you can just learn that it's just a part of the game, and every time that you don't listen to it, you're just reinforcing that identity that you are someone who just shows up and who just does it. Like, when you say something, you're going to do it. And just having those reminders through fitness, even me still on my journey, like, it's just so amazing. And I love it so much. Seriously, I love it. If you're struggling and you're, noticing that your mind wants to negotiate with you, or some days it feels really hard, I promise you, it's those days that showing up and getting it done matters the most, because it's those days where you reinforce that identity that you're capable, that you can do it, that you don't negotiate with yourself, that you just follow through regardless of what resistance is showing up. Because when you build that resilience within yourself, and you build that trust and you build that discipline, whatever life throws at you, whatever challenge comes your way, you just know you're capable of handling it. You just know, because you've built that. You've built that from within. So any challenge that life throws at you, any uncomfortable feeling, any uncomfortable situation, you know you can back yourself, because you have the proof, you have the evidence through everything that you've been doing. It's just why I just love it so much. I love it, but I'm gonna stop the chit chat there because I have work to do. It's that time of the week when I've run out of all my food, and it's time to do our weekly grocery shop. So I'm going to take you guys along with me and show you what I get this week. Got home and laid out all my groceries, so I'm going to give you a little run through of what I got. First of all, we got fruit. I always have bananas in my smoothies, on rice cakes, pre-workout. They're my fave. Kiwi fruits, I have these every morning with my breakfast. These gold ones are my favorite, and they're just amazing for digestion and for your gut. Then I just got a top up of all my vegetables that I like, other stuff I already have. I got some eggs for my breakfast, got some cottage cheese. Recently just switched to this one just because it doesn't have any of like the gums in it that the Buller one does that I was getting. So that's a win. Thank you to the girl I saw on Instagram showing me that. I got some rump steaks and some diced beef. I already have some mince and chicken, so I just needed a few other things. I also got some sardines that I'll have probably with my breakfast as well. These are amazing. I've only just started getting into these. Honestly, they're not that bad. They actually taste pretty nice. I got, for carbs, I got sweet potato, I got some jasmine rice, and I got these actually best wraps that I've found so far, just flour, water, yeast, and sea salt. I try and limit my gluten, so this is like all I really have carb wise. And I also have these brown rice cakes, gluten free, for like a pre-workout snack. So they're my carbs. Then I got some chia seeds, got some of these to put on my dessert. Just got some other little condiment things that I need. This is a milk I drink. It's Pure Harvest almond unsweetened. This is the best almond milk with the best ingredients that I've found. No added gums or anything like that. Then I got top up of my bone broth. I drink this with hot water every single morning. It's amazing for your gut health and just your immunity. It has so much in it, like lemon, ginger, apple cider vinegar, turmeric, all of that, all the good stuff. So good. I love having this first thing in the morning. I got this bone broth sauce because I want to try and make like a herbed mayo with like herbs, garlic, and this dill. Then I got some oat bars, just like good carbs, and some toothbrush things. And that's all. Just finishing editing this vlog and I realized I forgot to end it. So I'm going to leave it there. I hope you guys really enjoyed. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it and took something from it. If you did, let me know in the comments below, and let me know if there's anything else you want to see in particular from me, and I'd be more than happy to include it in the next ones. And yeah, I'm just really excited to continue on this YouTube journey and take you guys along in my life. So I'm so grateful for you and that you're here and your support, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!